welcome to my channel. This is Lalo again. Today I'm gonna be out at Emerald Lake. I just noticed that it was raining and I figured I would come out here and show you guys, catching some walleye and stuff. Walleye seem to bite really good during the rainy weather. So today today I'm gonna be out here for a little while. I figured I'd load up some image. I already got one. I was just getting a bite right there, but I already got one I caught. It was a good 3-pounder there. Well, anyways, so I'm using a worm, and because it says on the fish species, when you look at walleye, it says that they really love worms and grubs. So I figured I'd give this a shot. I got a purple one. It looks pink to me, but it says it's purple, so we're just gonna stick with the fact that it says that it's purple. But I also wanted to show you guys that they also really tend to like that spoon. So I mean, I've been getting bites on this worm, and I caught that one on that worm. The thing is they're just messing with it. They're not trying to hook themselves. And I found that when I was reeling it slow, it wasn't working as much, so I took it up on the speed just a little faster, and I found that if you cast out here near these weeds, that you can pretty much almost guarantee yourself to catch a walleye. But it seems like they're not biting. There was a bite, but I didn't hook him in time. So what you can do, slow down your jerk. See, I should have hooked it again. Maybe that's what I'm doing wrong. See, I'm not like an expert, but I think if I had a heavier jig head, it would be a little better, because the I missed another one. The hook would be a little better. It'd be bigger. So, but I got another spoon. I got a new spoon I want to try on this particular pole. This is a bigger pole than what I normally use. This is the Thora, is what I think they call it. The Thora. It's a pretty heavy duty pole, and that's the fat boy reel there. I got I think about 12-pound test on here or something like that. Let's see, I'll show you what it is I'm using here. Thora 9 foot 6 inch. As you can see right there, it can hold anywhere from 6 to 21 pound test, and my lure weight has to be 5/7 of an ounce to 1 3/4 ounces. So I have a 4-ounce jig head, I think. No, what does it'll tell you? Oh, I got a 3/4 ounce jig with a 3/0 hook and a 5-inch worm on there. But what I'm thinking about doing here is I think I'm gonna swap over to this 1/2-ounce 4/0 tiger spoon, because my luck with spoons seemed to be a lot better than with jigs. Now if I would have got the jig winner pole instead of this Thora, I probably could do a little better. Yeah. Let's see. This means this spoon's a little bigger than what I'm used to. But I mean, it shouldn't matter to me. It should matter to the fish. But it might be too big. That's the thing. Because it's got a 4-aught hook on there. But I can tell you, they say bigger the hook, bigger the fish. That's what people that you can hear all over YouTube will tell you. But I'm not sure I'm going to be able to hook. Oh, there was a bite. A walleye or not, you know what I mean? Because see, I was trying to hook it there again. Let's try it a little slower this time on this cast. So I find that in between these two weeds here is a pretty good spot. You can also catch them on the left side, but I haven't had any luck with spoons and stuff. Now I can tell you, you can really slam the walleye out here with some minnows. About a 55 to 60 something inch lead is what I would tell you. Oh, there was a bite. Why don't they hook themselves? Ah, I got one. Let's see what we got here. It's either going to be a walleye or it's going to be a rather big pike. Let's see. Either way it goes, if it's a big pike, it's going to be worth some money. So walleye, it should be worth some pretty good money. I don't want to take my drag up too high, because see, 3 pound, 3.4 pound walleye, $444. This is one of my favorite places to come fishing because all the fish out here are worth a lot of money. I mean, you can go to Missouri, yeah, and catch your money. Money is worth out of some catfish. Right? Not many of the fish are going to be worth $400 something. I was getting immediate attention as soon as I started reeling. So what I'm doing is I'm gonna not hit it as often on the jerk here. See if that works. Just slowly reel in and hit the jerk. See, now I'm not getting nothing here. Yeah, now I'm not really getting any attention anymore here. I was just about to call it quits, guys, and I noticed that it was raining. Noticed that it was raining over in Emerald, here at Emerald Lake. It's gonna be raining for 3 days, so I went ahead and bought up a 3-day license, and damn it, a 3-day license, and went ahead and came out here. So what I try to do is immediately, as soon as you come out here the first day, right, what I try to do is fill up the keep net for sure, as far as you can go, full of walleye. That's why I don't want to sit here and, I don't know, we'll see, we'll try it right now. We'll try right now in a minute. I'll see if I can catch them faster with the minnows, like lure, like real live bait fishing, or the lure fishing here. Because last time look, see, I don't know. I'll probably maybe get them faster this way. Because now they're starting to pick up their biting habit, and that's something that you want. Oh, this fish was trying to let go, huh? That's something that you want. You don't want to lose constant attention. You want constant attention of the fish, of course. Because the more fish you catch, the more money you're gonna make. And the average walleye that's biting this 4-aught hook is gonna be worth between $300 and $400. But if you guys happen to use, if you can't cast this far, right? Let's say you can't cast as far as what I'm doing. All you gotta do is get as close to the weed pile, those chunks of weed out there on this far right. That's all you gotta do. If you don't have the right lures to draw the attention, just come out here with, like, I'll show you right now. I'll cast out there with some minnows and I'll show you. I would use anywhere from a 60 to a 70-inch lead, just because the shallower you go, the more that you attract perch. And I know it says perch don't eat minnows, but yes they do. I've caught perch on almost everything on this map, except for really big spoons. The bigger the spoon, the harder it is to catch a perch on it. See? Still, I've been getting bites almost every few seconds here. There was one, and I couldn't hook him. I tried. But I'll show you here too. Come on, bite it all the way. Don't just nibble. It's probably a perch that's nibbling on it. But I'll show you guys real quick. Look, we're gonna go over to we use my Nero. I normally like to use I got a 2-aught hook, right? So here we have a Nero 1010. It can hold anywhere from 5 to 11 pound test, and the only thing is it's got moderate action here. But I got an Esperilla MLR 3000. It's got a 11 pound drag on it, so it's got a lot of drag on there. Weight about 12 ounces. It can hold mono, about 12 pounds of mono, 100 yards of it, or it can hold 20. It says 20 pound braid, but I wasn't able to put the 20 pound braid on there. So I got Floral 008 line here, on here, which is a 6 pound test. So we're going to stick with that, but we're going to move to a 3-aught hook, guys. 3-aught. And I'll tell you why. The bigger the hook, the more of a chance you have. See, and I can't cast very far with this, as far as the other one. The bigger the hook, the bigger chance you have of catching a big size walleye or a huge pike. You see what I'm saying? So a 1-aught hook, you can catch the walleye on it, but you're also going to catch some smaller pike, or you might even catch some decent sized perch. But I don't want the perch, and since I don't want the perch, I'm gonna be out here with this 3-aught hook. I've caught walleye on a 2-aught, and I've caught them on a 3-aught. Now when I caught that unique here, I caught a good sized trophy pike on a hook with minnows, and yeah, it was one hell of a fight. But I caught that I caught big size pike. I mean big size I got it backwards. Big size trophy pike on the let's see what we got here. Big size trophy pike on the spoons, the red and white spoon. But I caught some pretty big that unique on shiners. I'll show you where I casted to catch it. See what I'm saying? Catch some pretty good sized walleye on these minnows. So I cast it out here, right? But I ended up, I like to cast in that corner, but I can't get as far in there with this pole as I want. So this other pole I have with this other reel matches up better than this reel and pole combo. I left it in the home storage, but if I was to put it together, I can get all the way in that corner. And it's a lower rated pole, but it casts. The reel and that pole seem to give me a lot of distance, but just not the durability, not the strength. So I wasn't catching that day because it wasn't raining. We're gonna try to catch a walleye over here. Well, anyways, so I cast it over there in this small corner that I showed you, where the little grass is on the far left corner over here. And I was just thinking I might have caught a walleye in there. And all of a sudden, it's like as soon as I cast it down in there, I didn't even get to pull the slack out of the line or anything. As soon as I put it in there, and once the bobber stopped and got level again, boom, it went under. And it was nuts. It was crazy for a minute. I didn't think I was gonna get him, because I really swore the pole was gonna break. I fought that thing for a while. It was about a good 20 minutes of fighting that pike. And finally I got him to the bank, and I was like, whoa, said unique on there, and I was like, no way, because it was the first unique I caught. And there's bigger uniques here. There's got to be more than one, because I've seen a few videos that guys have posted where they caught some pretty monster uniques. And I was using a 4 or 5-aught, I think it was a 4-aught. I think it was the 4-aught XS hook with minnows, because I ran out of shiners. And I didn't think I would catch anything, because obviously that little minnow might be I don't know how it looked personally, but I thought the minnow was, see, I'm not catching them as fast as I was on the lures, but I thought the minnow would be too small for the hook. You would see, the fish would see more hook than minnow. But obviously that fish must either been hungry or something, or I casted right on top of it. I don't know, because as soon as the stuff hit the water, boom, that thing went. And yeah, I had a good sized pike on there on the other end. I wonder what's on here. Let's see. They hit hard, guys. Just so you know. So if you're gonna be bait fishing out here, you want a decent setup. I'm not telling you can't do it on low rated gear. You can. It's just, remember, bring a lot of line with you, and beware that they're gonna hit now. They're gonna hit pretty hard, guys. And it's really easy to lose a bunch of walleye out here. It's really easy. I broke the first time I came out here with I didn't realize I should have brought more than a lot stronger line than I think it was like a 2-pound, 4-pound. It was like a panfish setup that I was using on my casting reel, and yeah, it was that one got off. Yeah, it was. Come on, get it. It didn't wanna, like, for some reason. I mean, the pole held up, the reel held up, but the line would not hold up to whatever was biting on it. I didn't even get a chance to see what I was hooking into. I must have lost 4 or 5 lures, and I was using rather small spoons and stuff, and it wasn't raining, so it could have been some pretty big pike I was hooking into. But yeah, I couldn't catch them, couldn't bring them in. See, I'm getting bite. But so that means to me that this is perch. This is perch. Because their mouth is not big enough to get hooked on that 4-aught hook. We're going to try another cast over there before I move back over to the right side of the map. Let's see if I can catch whatever that big bite was in the beginning. And just so you know, you guys might watch, if whoever watches this video, you can see a lot of YouTube videos on, see, there was a pretty big bite and didn't want to catch a hold of the hook. There's some pretty big, there's a whole mess load of YouTube videos on the internet about all these places, right? Well, I can tell you that on the computer, they've got night fishing. They're even fishing out of kayaks now, guys. But here on the PS4, none of that stuff's completely introduced yet. So us as customers that are playing this game, I guess, or gamers, or fishing enthusiasts, we should contact Fishing Planet, tell them that we want the same things, because I wouldn't mind trying to fish out a kayak. Maybe you might get, imagine, you don't need all the big gear that everybody uses, and this is supposed to be one of the lakes that you can fish out of the kayak at, of course. So you could be able to get in that corner back there where there's a lot of walleye, and so maybe that we can also get them to introduce the night fishing out here, right? That'd be pretty awesome, because I've stayed out here on this lake trying to catch walleye at night and never got a bite. And if it's working for anybody that's viewing this video, please leave a message or something. Let me know that it is working, because I pretty much have gathered that if you don't catch you know, if you don't catch your fish before, um, you know, 7 o'clock rolls around, 7, 8 o'clock, then you ain't catch it no more after that. That's the way I figure. And so, I mean, and, you know, in life, you know, catching catfish, I used to catch monsters at night. And sometimes you get them to the bank and it scare you, you know, because the heads of them or whatever is like bigger than what you thought they were to be. So I'm just saying, yeah, you know, please, if you guys are catching fish at night, and it doesn't matter what lake, where, just let me know. Let me know that it's working, because, like I said, I haven't caught none. And, yeah, you know, that's what I'm saying, because people on the computer are able to do almost everything that we can't do, you know. And like in Missouri, there's this one spot I go there every time that I go to Missouri, and I try it. I'll take a couple of shiners. I've tried the rotten minnows, tried the pig eye, everything that says that it's good for gar, and large minnows, shiners, small minnows, medium cut bait because I don't have the large cut bait yet, big hooks. Bought a monster pole. Yeah, you know, cast right out there where it says by that little log that they show in the video, and set my hook at, my leader line at like 20 to 24 inches. Waited for so long and nothing, and then I was told, you know, within 3 casts it should bite, within 3 casts, and that same spot, nope, never bit. And I must have tried it at least 100, 200 times, you know, more than that, because like I said, every time I've gone out there I try to catch it, you know, even knowing that my, you know, maybe my line might not be strong enough to hook into it. And then of course the fish species doesn't even show that there's alligator gar in Missouri on the lake at all. But yet you can watch some YouTube videos of these guys catching it there. So I'm sitting here like, okay, trying to test everything that I see. That's what I'm doing. And some of the things I do see are working, and some of the, I've seen they do work. But like this is, fishing here at Emerald Lake on this side, it's a known fact that I'm pretty sure you guys that are playing Fishing Planet know that there's, you know, this is a good spot for walleye. You're probably catching them faster than I am, maybe, but like I can't use really a smaller lure. The smaller lure that I like to use on this particular pole. Now I can pull out my other setup and it'll work, but I won't be able to cast as far. So I like to cast pretty far here, and I do decent. Maybe you guys have other tricks. Maybe, you know, maybe you don't want to be on YouTube like I am. Well, if you got tips and tricks that you would like for me to share with others that could watch this, then feel free to leave comments, you know. I have no problem, you know, answering questions. I have no problem sharing what I know with others. I have no problem, you know, trying to voice out others' tips and tricks too. I'll even try your tips and tricks everywhere that we can go. I am a premium member. That seems to help me gather more money than not being a premium member. And just like there's those downloadable content things that you can buy for Fishing Planet on the STEM website, and I looked and I was like, okay, let me test it out. I'm not saying that I was gonna buy them. I would have if there would have been a way to load it up on the PS4. Yeah, for sure I would have, because there's a monster pole that I would love to have, because I mean there's almost that particular pole, there's almost not a fish that you can't hook up with that you don't have a chance of landing it. I mean, I'm pretty sure you guys are going through the ranks just like I did, and you're gathering gear that they give you for free that you unlock, and they automatically give you. So I got all this heavy duty line that I can't even really put on my poles and reels because it'll damage all of it. And there's a difference between the damage. Like right now my line's at 98, my pole's at 99, but my reel's still at 100. I don't really want to push it to put like I got like 40 20 between. I got some lines that some crazy spool of line that's like 20 pound. It's 20-pound tests. I got crazy spools of line at like 30, couple at 40, and the thing is yeah, I could use that, but I don't want to break a pole that I bought, because if you break the pole, you can't repair it. It's gone. Once you break a pole, you break a pole. I know you can get achievements for breaking reels, but why do I want to break the expensive reels I have? I'd rather break the cheap ones. And that's probably why they give you the heavy duty line, because technically you can reel in whatever pound line you want on your reel. You really can. I mean, if there's 100-pound tests, you can put 100-pound tests on the smallest reel you have, and yeah, you can cast it. Probably can't cast it as far as you want. You can hook up into a fish, and it might, I mean, the smallest fish that you have that you hook into could probably help you break your reel if you put heavy duty line on it. But not necessarily just because it says 100-pound test can you catch a 100-pound fish. That's meaning that it can hold 100 pounds of pool. It was tested up to that. Doesn't mean you're going to catch a 100-pound fish. I mean, you can catch whatever actually bites, as long as you handle the rod and reel right, you know. I mean, I've caught monster fish on small line, as long as your drag is set properly and you pay attention and know that when the fish is running, let it run. When the fish is when it seems like it's not taking the drag, when you don't hear the zzz anymore, start reeling. That's how you do it. When it's not running the line out of your reel, you reel. When it's running the line out of your reel, you just hold the tension on the line, and when it starts to slow down, you reel. Because basically you're keeping the tension in its mouth, so you're going to tire it out. I mean, it's just like if you're running a marathon, you know. So you want to start off slow and work your way into running really fast. Same thing with fishing. You want to start off slow and then work your way into reeling him in fast towards the end. And then once you get it a few feet from you, then you can fight a little further, because the more line it takes, the weaker it's going to get. Believe it or not, the weaker the line's going to get. You give it more of a chance to to wrap it around something, to hook it up on something. So therefore the line has more of a chance to break. Maybe you guys don't think about it that way, but that's really the way it's going to be. Let's see if we can try it on my value cast. How far can I cast out there? This spoon seems to do a little. See, yeah, this one doesn't like to cast way out there, but this particular spoon seems to work a lot better because it being a smaller on the hook size. I seem to do a way better here with that particular spoon. I mean, I can't really cast as far as I want. See, look. Told you. But this could be a walleye, it could be a pike, it could be a perch because it's a smaller hook. See, with the lures, I would tell you to stay between 1 and 2/0 if you can. And see, according to what I've been told on this game, the walleye get more of a frenzy type situation when it's raining, so they bite a lot more. And see, I'm not too sure with that. Like I said, this is actually pretty much the first time that I've had them bite as frequent. Well, not really. I mean, but see, if you watch the YouTube videos of the people fishing on the computer, it's a lot. It's like they put more effort into the game for the people fishing on the computer than us on the PS4. But we'll get there, I'm sure. Let them get what they're gonna do with the computer out of the way, and then maybe they'll start to focus on us, you know? So, because it's, I mean, ever since I started this game, I just was on the PlayStation one day and I figured, oh, I'd try this. Because, I mean, it's a simulator. And, you know, where I live, there's not a whole lot of fishing to be done without traveling really far. And some of the places around here, you gotta pay to fish. And, I mean, there are places where people have made their own ponds and they filled it. They stock it every so often with catfish and stuff, and then you can catch them. You got to pay to get in there, and then you can catch them. Yeah, you can hook them just like you can hook them anywhere else, with all kinds of crazy baits and stuff. And there's some pretty big catfish out there too. But the thing is you catch them and maybe you don't want to eat them. Maybe you don't want to go through the skinning process and the cooking process and all that. And yeah, they make you take them. See, guys? See? That's why I like that 4/0 hook, because that sucker can't bite it. I released him. And so, just telling you, like, so I started playing this game, and as I started playing it, it was like, it got pretty fun, pretty fast, excuse me. And yeah, the more I played it, the more I really wanted to come here, and I worked really hard to get here. And then when I got here, every day it was sunny, and I didn't want to spend all that money to stay out for like 3-4 days, Because I was like, man, I can't stay up for 3 or 4 days straight fishing, you know? But there's little, like, let me get this fish and then I'll tell you. Alright. So what you can do is you can hit the start button. And then you hit your power button on your PlayStation control. Like this. And you're going to go through. You go up here to where it says close application. You close your application, right? And then you and then you turn it directly off in the middle of your fishing trip, and you'll still have your fishing trip. Okay, guys, you'll still have it. You'll still be on it. So that's a little trip, a little tip for you guys, for whoever watches and whoever plays this game. I hope I get a few more people to watch. I mean, I'm showing you guys you can catch walleye out here during the rain and everything. I've showed you guys that you can catch lots of bass over and over, left and right, and like it's no problem catching all the bass out at the Lone Star Lake. And I would tell you that if you don't have all the gear that you want, just keep grinding it out. You don't have to catch every fish in the game to get what you want in the game. All you gotta do is unlock your unlock everything, you know. Just keep going. Like when I went to Missouri, the one thing I wanted to catch was catfish. I couldn't figure out where to go. Couldn't figure out where to, you know, that I like the little secret honey holes. And then at the same time, I didn't know that you could get into private rooms. And as you're in a private room in the lake by yourself, you have more of a chance catching the fish than with the people that you see on the map. Yeah, it's a little bit less exciting sometimes because you're in here by yourself, but at the same time, you know, I find it easier because you don't have to worry about someone being in your way, trying to cast in the same exact spot, trying to do the exact same thing you're doing. That's why I'm hoping, you know, some of you guys, when I'm in the public rooms, will see me in there and see that he is a YouTuber every once in a while, and he does YouTube the at the lakes and stuff. He does do live broadcasts, and he, you know, hey, you know, and that's what I'm hoping. But I'm not saying I'm trying to blow up on YouTube or anything. No, I'm just trying to post out the you know, the tricks and the tips of this game on there. I want people to know, because there's not enough. I mean, like, all I ever see is people playing on the computer. No one's on the PS4, and if people are playing this on the PS4, no one's sharing their methods. It's like, okay, why? I mean, who cares, you know, that you can do this a certain way? Why don't you want to show others? Why don't you want to let others know what you're doing, you know? Like, I was at this particular lake with a bunch of randoms one day, and this dude caught a really huge unique pike over here on this side of the map. And then, you know, I mean, he didn't want to tell everybody what size leader he was using. Didn't want to say what size hook, what type of bait. Like, what does it matter? What does it matter? You know, why can't you tell somebody? I'm not saying I wanted to know. I was just like, okay, congrats, you know. But, you know, I mean, he said how much it was worth, how much XP, but he didn't want to tell no one you know, the hook size, the leader length. Come on, man. That's, you know, I mean, this is the whole part about playing a game, is being able to help someone play the same game, catch the same thing. And then, I mean, because imagine if you could cast the same time. I mean, well, not same time, the same leader length, the same hook size, the same bait, and you cast right out there and you catch one too. And you know what I mean? Maybe it's for each person you only can catch that one fish at that one time, you know, once a day, you know. So I mean, come on. It's not really some big secret. So it's like, let me share, you know, so others can say, hey, you know what, maybe, because maybe I'm on here and I'm new to the game, and you know, but you're standing next to someone who's got a rank of 30, or you know, or better. They didn't get whatever rank they got, you know, just quickly. I mean, it's just like, I'm a rank 29 trying to get to 30. I want leeches, I want large cut bait, I want all this other stuff, you know. So there's only one way to get there. You gotta keep working, you gotta keep grinding. And, you know, I mean, once I catch everything that I want to catch at whatever lakes, you know, like I still haven't gone to catch lake trout, because I don't think I have the big enough gear to do it. I still haven't tried to go to, what is it, that lake in Louisiana to catch those big catfish and alligator gar, because I don't think I have the gear to do it. So I mean, I'm the same way as everybody else. You know, I might have a little bit better rank than most, but that's also because I've came out here, like right here, I've came out here whenever I have the money and it's raining. I'll come out here and I'll stay out here, and my main focus is walleye, nothing else. I'll keep catching walleye until they stop biting. And so you move up the structure, because all you're doing is catching walleye over and over and over and over again. And then you tend to move up the little, you know, the little achievement ladders, which give you bait coins, which can give you money, stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, that's the main thing that I do. I'm not worried about trying to complete every achievement on the board yet. I'm not worried about that yet. Let me catch everything first. Let me unlock all the lakes first. Let me see what works and what doesn't, and then I'll worry about it. Because some of the achievements are easier than others. And I'm just saying, I mean, there's a lot of things to do with this game. We as people that are playing it shouldn't be afraid to share with others. Because, I mean, what's, like, maybe some of you guys want to catch all of these, and then you get in that fishing tournament where you can catch the small panfish, like the perch and everything else, right? So you want to catch all the perch and all the other little fishes. What lures to use, because in that tournament it says that you can't use live bait. Well, look, I'm using a medium spoon, a 1/4 ounce, 1/0 hook, casting over here next to the weeds. That's all you gotta do. They got hooks, they got little spinner baits, the little nano spinners. I haven't used those yet, but they work. They work. And this is all you gotta do. Just cast and jerk. Cast and jerk. Cast and jerk. That's all you gotta do, you know? And as you're doing that, you know, pay attention to the That's why I'm telling you, if you're playing on a PS4, put a PS4, turn the vibration status on. Because, like, as I'm sitting here, reeling this in, every once in a while, I don't see the blue line pop up, but I feel the vibration. So obviously, there's something that's going on that's giving me tension on my line here. And look. And I knew with that bigger lure that I had, that's the fish that's coming after it left and right, left and right, left and right. I knew it was. And because there's not really much of a difference between a perch and a walleye. I think I have never actually caught a perch, excuse me, in actual real life, so I don't know if it has teeth or not. I've seen them. I've seen them on plaques, and I've seen people catch them, but I've never caught one myself. And I've always wanted to, just so I can see it. I've never caught a walleye in real life either. I've seen them though, but I've never really had a way to do it, because most people I know that have caught walleye in real life have not caught walleye off a dock or a pier. They've always caught them off a boat in spots that you just can't get to on foot. And they got monster poles and all the stuff that most of us that I grew up with didn't have. We were always going after the monster catfish or the bass, crappie, that type thing. And then I like to catch fish that I know I'm gonna eat, because I was always raised that if you're gonna catch something, if you're gonna kill something, then you should eat it. I'm not saying that every fish you catch you have to eat. I'm not saying that. But if you're gonna put it on a stringer, then you should eat it. I'm also a firm believer in the first fish you catch, you should keep for a little bit at least. Why? Because that first fish you catch is your good luck charm, is the way it's supposed to be. And anytime I was fishing, if I caught shad, I kept all of them. Why? Because I would take the shad and I would go home with them, and I would cut them up and put them in like a little brine, like water and kosher salt is what I was taught. And what you do, sorry about that cast, guys. What you do is you put them in that brine, right? And then you let them sit in it so they don't get all nasty. And when you get ready to go catfishing or something, take the shad with you. It works. You can catch some pretty big, huge, monster-sized catfish off a bait like that. And see where another thing I was taught, with catfish, it doesn't matter the size hook, really. It really doesn't. It matters the size of the bait. Meaning, I'm not telling you you can catch a really big catfish on a really small hook. I'm not telling you that. What I'm telling you is, you're not gonna always get a monster catfish to come over and bite on something very, very small. If it's a fish, it's a different story. If it's something like that that really, 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 really normally intrigues a fish's sensories, yeah, they're gonna go after it. And I was always taught as well, the stinkier the bait, the better it is for a catfish. So I'm telling you that because I've caught a lot of really big catfish in my time, and the biggest ones I've caught been on live bait. Yep. So I've used other fish to catch fish. And not worried about big hooks. Nah, I didn't worry about that. Because what I did was make sure the hooks were really, really, really sharp. So that way if they do bite it, they get stuck on it. Which also means if you mess up with the hook in your hand, it's gonna get stuck in you too. But I sharpened all my hooks, and yeah, that's what I did. Make sure that the hook was really sharp, and if it was a fish that I'm using and I wanted it whole and alive, then I would hook it a way that, like through the tail or something, so that way it's swimming to intrigue, while it's stuck on there to intrigue the fish that I'm trying to catch. But alright guys, I've showed you how to catch walleye. I mean, it's not like, but I'm using a really, really big hook, remember? It's not like it's gonna be like every single cast. I've showed you where to use minnows. I've showed you where to cast the lures at, but it's also the temperature comes into play. The barometric pressure comes into play. Yes, I'm getting bites. I'm always getting the bites, but I can't always hook them. So, alright guys, well, just want to let you know, thank you for watching. If you do watch, thank you for paying attention, and I'm hoping that you guys learned something here. Alright, well, alright guys, have a good day.